Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and collectors across the world. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and often overlooked coins in modern British currency, the United Kingdom 20 pence piece. While millions of these heptagonal coins have passed through people's hands over the decades, a select few have become extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Whether due to minting errors, low mintage, or historical value, certain 20 pence coins have skyrocketed in value, especially when found in excellent condition or with unique mint marks. So today, let's uncover the top 4 most valuable United Kingdom 20 pence coins, along with the reasons behind their rarity, their conditions, and the big prices they're now commanding in today's auction markets, especially in dollars. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 20 pence coin from 1994, particularly those found in circulated condition that are now gaining attention in the auction market. Though 1994 may not sound all that far away in the grand timeline of coinage, this specific 20 pence piece is quietly becoming a sought-after item among collectors, especially those hunting for well-aged, circulated coins that carry both history and value. And believe it or not, many of these coins are now commanding impressive prices in dollars across online marketplaces and collector auctions. The 1994 UK 20 pence coin is part of the decimalised British coinage system that began in 1971 when the country transitioned from the old pounds, shillings, and pence to a simpler base 100 system. The 20 pence, introduced in 1982, was the first 7-sided coin in the UK and remains one of the most uniquely shaped coins in circulation. The heptagonal shape is not only distinctive but highly functional. It makes the coin easy to identify by touch, and it gives it a sense of identity that sets it apart from most other denominations around the world. The 1994 issue of this coin features the Makhlouf portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was used between 1985 and 1997. In this portrait, the Queen is shown wearing the George IV state diadem, the same crown she wore for the state opening of Parliament. It's an elegant and dignified image, capturing the stability and endurance of her reign during a time of social and political transition. On the reverse, the coin displays the crowned Tudor rose, a symbolic nod to England's storied royal past and one of the most enduring emblems in British coin design. This combination of modern minting and historic symbolism makes the 1994 20 pence both accessible and meaningful, particularly for those who cherish royal and cultural iconography. Now let's talk about why the circulated version of this coin is becoming a hot topic in the auction world. Unlike proof or uncirculated versions that are struck for collectors, circulated coins carry a different kind of appeal. They show signs of having lived a life. They pass through hands, pockets, and purses, participated in everyday transactions, and picked up subtle marks, surface wear, and tones that tell a visual story. A 1994 20 pence in circulated condition may not be flawless, but if it retains its full design details, with only light wear and good surface preservation, it becomes an example of real-world history that appeals to collectors who value authenticity over perfection. Rarity plays a significant role in boosting value, and while millions of 20 pence coins were minted during the 1990s, not all have survived in good collectible condition. Over the years, many were damaged, lost, or heavily worn. Others were melted down or withdrawn from circulation. What's left is a steadily shrinking pool of coins that have aged well, and among them, the 1994 20 pence is quietly gaining traction. Coin grading companies and private auction houses are now seeing these coins listed and sold for anywhere from $125,000, with particularly sharp and well-toned examples pushing toward $114,000 or more, especially when sold to international buyers who have a growing interest in British coinage. What makes this more interesting is the demand from countries outside the United Kingdom. In the United States and Canada, collectors are increasingly turning their attention to foreign decimal coins. The 1994 20 pence appeals to them not only for its shape and design, but also for its connection to Queen Elizabeth II, one of the most internationally recognized monarchs of modern times. With her passing in 2022, interest in coins from her reign, especially the earlier and mid-period pieces like this one, has increased significantly. Every coin now serves as both currency and commemoration, and circulated coins that survived the decades with grace are now being snapped up in collector circles. Another point that increases value is the condition within circulation itself. If a 1994 20 pence coin still shows strong detail in the Queen's portrait, clear definition in the Tudor rose, legible date and lettering, and no harsh cleaning or corrosion, it stands out among thousands of dull and overly worn examples. It becomes a desirable artifact that's both visually attractive and historically rich. Collectors refer to these as collector-grade circulated coins, and they're often the gateway for beginners entering the hobby and for seasoned numismatists looking to complete date sets. If you've got a jar of old UK coins lying around, now is the perfect time to check for a 1994 20 pence. Hold it under a good light. See if the edges are still firm and if the relief of the Queen and the Rose is still crisp. Feel the weight of history in your hand, because what once bought a chocolate bar might now buy you lunch or more if the coin lands in front of the right buyer. Keep in mind, originality matters most. Avoid polishing or scrubbing it clean, as that can strip away the toning and age marks that actually enhance its value to collectors. The UK 20 pence coin from 1994 in circulated condition is a rising star in the world of collectible currency. It combines royal heritage, historical transition, striking design, and real-world usage into a piece that's more than just money. It's a memory, a keepsake, and increasingly, an asset. As more collectors turn to coins that reflect the life and reign of Queen Elizabeth II, the 20 pence from 1994 is being rediscovered for what it truly is: a small but meaningful piece of modern history with real value in today's auction market. Whether you're a beginner looking for a great first find or a serious collector filling out a set, this coin offers a compelling reason to take a closer look at what might be sitting quietly in your change drawer. Next up, the United Kingdom 20 pence coin from the year 2000, particularly those found in fine condition. While this may seem like an ordinary coin from relatively recent times, don't let its common appearance fool you. In the hands of the right collector, this 20p coin can carry significant auction market value, especially in dollars, and is quickly becoming a must-watch coin among both beginners and seasoned collectors. To truly appreciate this coin, we need to look at the period in which it was minted. The year 2000 was a time of global excitement, transition, and modernization. It marked not only the beginning of a new century but also a symbolic turning point as the world moved from the 20th century into the digital age. For the UK, the coinage remained rooted in traditional symbols but reflected the long-standing reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had already spent nearly 5 decades on the throne by then. The 2020 pence coin is part of that legacy. It was minted during a time when Britain was embracing globalism and digital advancement, while still proudly preserving the imagery and values of its rich past. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Ian Rank-Broadley, which was introduced in 1998 and used until 2015. This portrait was a modern update that presented the Queen in a more mature, realistic manner, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift from her grandmother, Queen Mary. It's a design that balances dignity and realism, making it one of the most appreciated portraits among collectors. The words Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD surround the image, which stands for By the Grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse side of the 2020 pence features the crowned Tudor rose, a traditional English emblem that dates back centuries. Designed by William Gardner, this rose sits proudly at the centre, symbolizing unity and royal authority. The words 20 pence and the date 2000 curve around the rose, completing the classic layout. The coin's 7-sided heptagonal shape makes it instantly recognizable and has remained unchanged since the denomination was first introduced in 1982. Despite its common circulation, this coin carries rich symbolism that ties together heritage, monarchy, and modern coin design. Now, what makes this 2020 pence coin in fine condition particularly interesting is the growing appreciation for circulated coins that have stood the test of time while maintaining strong visual appeal. A coin in fine condition typically shows clear details with moderate wear. The Queen's profile remains easily visible, the lettering is sharp, and the Tudor rose on the reverse retains much of its definition. While it may not be pristine or uncirculated, a fine-grade coin has clearly been cared for, and these are the ones that buyers and collectors are increasingly targeting as entry-level investment pieces with historical relevance. In recent years, a quiet but steady increase in value has been observed for early 2000s decimal coins in above-average condition. What once passed unnoticed in daily transactions is now being hunted at car boot sales, coin fairs, and online auctions. Collectors in the United States, Australia, and Canada are now looking beyond their borders for modern British coins, especially those that mark significant years or represent key portrait changes. The 2020 pence sits at the beginning of the rank broadly era, adding to its collectability. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and specialist coin auction houses have reported a growing number of listings for circulated 20 pence coins from the 1990s and early 2000s. While average worn examples may sell for a small premium, coins in fine condition with good eye appeal and even toning are starting to bring in real attention. Prices for the 2020 pence in fine condition typically range from $321,000 depending on the market, the specific appearance of the coin, and the timing of the auction. In some cases, especially where the coin is part of a commemorative or thematic collection, values have pushed even higher. The key to realizing value lies in preservation and presentation. If you own a 2020 pence coin that shows minimal scratches, maintains its design details, and hasn't been cleaned or damaged, you may be holding a sleeper collectible. Coins that show original surfaces, natural patina, and even signs of soft wear from circulation are often more desirable than over-polished or altered examples. Many collectors are now assembling full-date runs of the 20 pence coin, and securing clean examples from early years like 2000 can be a challenge, making your coin a valuable piece in completing such a collection. Another factor adding to its collectability is the sentiment connected to Queen Elizabeth II. Since her passing in 2022, there has been a renewed global interest in coins from her reign, especially those that reflect turning points in her life or symbolic calendar years. The year 2000, marking the turn of the millennium, is undoubtedly one of those moments. As time moves forward, coins minted during this symbolic year may carry more emotional and historical weight, further driving up demand and price in the collector community. The United Kingdom 20 pence coin from the year 2000, when found in fine condition, is proving to be far more than spare change. It's a beautifully designed piece of modern British currency that carries royal symbolism, millennial-era historical relevance, and increasing demand from collectors across the world. Its sharp-edged design, iconic Tudor rose, and clear portrait of the Queen all combine to make it a standout item. With values rising in today's dollar-driven auction markets, now is the perfect time to check your old coins, search through forgotten drawers, or revisit inherited collections. You might just find that a small silver coin from the year 2000 holds big value today. Next up, the United Kingdom 20 pence coin from 1998, especially those found in fine circulated condition. At first glance, this might look like a regular coin from your change jar, but when you understand its unique features, its place in history, and its growing demand in the numismatic market, you'll realize why it's becoming a small treasure that's making a big impact in auctions today, with surprising values when converted into dollars. Let's begin with the significance of the year 1998. This was a transitional period in British coin design and minting. After more than a decade of coins featuring the Raphael McLouth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, 1998 introduced a brand new effigy by artist Ian Rankbroadley. This new portrait aimed to present a more realistic and mature image of the Queen, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece closely associated with her early reign. The Rankbroadley portrait would go on to define British coins for the next 17 years, making its debut on the 20 pence coin in 1998 a landmark moment for collectors who appreciate firsts and major design changes in currency. The reverse side of the 1998 20 pence coin retained the classic crowned Tudor rose design, a symbol deeply rooted in English history. The rose, which represents the unity of the House of Lancaster and the House of York, is placed boldly at the center of the coin. Above it rests the royal crown, symbolizing the continuing power and tradition of the British monarchy. This mix of old and new, a modern monarch's portrait on the obverse and a centuries-old emblem on the reverse, gives the 1998 20 pence a special kind of balance. It stands at the crossroads of heritage and transition, and that alone adds to its growing appeal among collectors around the world. But what truly sets the 1998 20 pence apart in today's market is its value when found in fine circulated condition. A coin in this condition will show visible signs of having been used in everyday life, yet it still retains most of its detail and design clarity. The Queen's profile is clear, the lettering is legible, and the Tudor rose still holds its definition, even if the highest points are slightly worn. Coins like this aren't mint perfect, but they carry a sense of story, having passed through shops, hands, and time, yet surviving with enough beauty to be collectible. These coins appeal to collectors who appreciate authenticity, and to investors who understand that value often begins with availability and condition. In recent years, there has been a noticeable shift in the coin collecting world. While uncirculated and proof coins still fetch high prices, there's a new wave of interest in well-preserved circulated coins. This is especially true for coins like the 1998 20 pence, which mark a significant design change or historical moment. Online auction platforms such as eBay, Katawiki, and specialist numismatic sites have seen a rise in listings and bidding activity on early rank broadly 20 pence coins, and prices are steadily rising. A fine condition 1998 20 pence, especially one with attractive natural toning and minimal surface damage, can now sell for $534,000, and in some cases, even more when part of a collector's themed set or offered with documentation or provenance. What makes this coin even more desirable is its accessibility. Many people overlook coins from the 1990s, assuming they're too modern to be valuable. But that's exactly what creates the opportunity. Because these coins were used frequently, most of them are now heavily worn, lost, or damaged. Finding a clean example that still holds strong detail and has aged naturally without being cleaned or altered is becoming less and less common. In the years to come, the 1998 20 pence is likely to be seen as a key piece in any complete collection of Queen Elizabeth II's coinage. Its importance as the first year of a new portrait series gives it the kind of landmark status that collectors truly seek out. The global demand is also adding fuel to the fire. Collectors in the United States, Canada, Australia, and across Europe are now increasingly looking to complete sets of British decimal coinage, and many of them are placing premium bids on coins from key transitional years like 1998. With Queen Elizabeth II's reign now part of history following her passing in 2022, all coins bearing her image have gained additional sentimental and collector interest. The 1998 coin is especially valuable in this context because it represents the start of her later reign, a phase where the monarchy had firmly established its place in modern society and global culture. If you have a collection of UK coins tucked away in drawers, jars, or old wallets, it's worth taking a close look at your 20 pence pieces. Find the one marked with the year 1998. If the coin shows even wear, clear designs, and no major damage, you may be looking at a piece worth far more than its face value. And if it has a touch of natural toning, that beautiful rainbow or golden hue that comes with age, its value could be even higher at auction. The key is originality. Do not polish or clean the coin, as collectors value authenticity more than artificial shine. Keeping it in its true age state can help preserve or even increase its appeal in the market. The United Kingdom 20 pence coin from 1998, when found in fine circulated condition, is a hidden gem that more and more collectors are beginning to recognize for its historical significance, design change, and rising auction value. Its unique position as the first year of the Ian Rank Broadley portrait, combined with its elegant and symbolic Tudor rose reverse, makes it a standout among modern British coinage. As collectors and investors seek out transitional and early modern coins, this humble 20 pence is proving to be a wise piece to hold on to, and for some, a surprisingly profitable one. Next up, the United Kingdom 20 pence coin from the year 1993, especially those found in circulated condition. At first glance, this might seem like just another coin from your childhood wallet or a forgotten drawer. But in the world of coin collecting, this particular 20 pence has started catching the attention of collectors around the globe, with surprising values being seen in today's auction market, especially when converted to US dollars. The 20 pence coin, introduced into British currency in 1982 as part of the decimalisation process, has always stood out for its unique seven-sided shape and convenient small size. It was an innovation in design at the time, offering both functionality and a sense of uniqueness, making it instantly recognisable by touch and sight. By 1993, the 20 pence had become a regular part of daily life in the United Kingdom. However, what makes the 1993 version of the 20 pence coin increasingly special today is its place in the series timeline, its relative scarcity in high-quality circulated form, and the attention it is receiving from both UK-based and international collectors. The obverse of the 1993 coin features the Raphael Makhlouf portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was used between 1985 and 1997. This effigy presents the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem and is known for its stylized and elegant representation. It was a portrait that reflected a stable and dignified monarch during the late 20th century. The reverse, as with other 20p coins from that period, showcases the crowned Tudor rose designed by William Gardner, a beautiful and powerful national symbol of England's long and rich royal history. Together, these designs connect modern Britain with its deep historical roots, which is one of the many reasons collectors admire coins like this. Although the 20p was widely circulated during the early 1990s, 1993 was a year with a notably lower mintage compared to some surrounding years. That has quietly made the 1993 version harder to find in good condition. And now, after 3 decades of circulation, most examples have become heavily worn, scratched, or damaged. This is where the concept of circulated but fine-grade condition becomes key. A circulated coin in good condition, where both the Queen's portrait and the rose design are still visible and well-defined, and where the edges are not overly smoothed out, is now harder to come by. These coins represent the few that survived regular use while maintaining their collectability, and that rarity within normal circulation is now leading to rising prices in auctions and private sales. In the modern auction market, coins from the 1990s are beginning to receive more serious attention. The 1993 20p is now showing up on platforms like eBay, Katawaiki, and various UK-based and international coin auction houses. Collectors from countries such as the United States, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, many of whom have strong ties to British coinage, are beginning to chase after complete year sets of British decimal coins, including the 20p series. This is increasing global demand, especially for those specific years that are less common or hard to find in decent condition. Depending on eye appeal, surface quality, and the originality of the coin, the 1993 20p in circulated but fine condition can now fetch between $617,000 and sometimes more if it has desirable aging, toning, or is part of a collectible lot. What also adds to its desirability is the historical context. The early 1990s were a time of economic and cultural change in Britain. Coins from this era are now old enough to feel nostalgic to a generation that grew up using them, but still modern enough to remain relevant. That balance, the mix of memory, scarcity, and design, makes the 1993 coin particularly interesting for both beginner collectors and experienced numismatists. And with the 30-year mark now passed, coins from 1993 are increasingly being seen as vintage by collectors, increasing their appeal and long-term value. It's worth noting that not all circulated coins are created equal. Many have suffered from cleaning, corrosion, or mishandling over the years. But if you come across a 1993 20p coin that still shows solid detail, hasn't been scrubbed or polished, and holds a natural patina from age, you may very well have a collectible item. These coins are valued for their authenticity and honesty, the fact that they were used, carried, and spent by everyday people, yet have survived with dignity. This makes them ideal for collectors who value the story and character that comes with each coin, rather than just pristine perfection. So if you're sitting on a box of old change or inherited coins, now is the time to take a closer look. Search for the 1993 20p coin. Turn it over in your hand and inspect the details. If the edges remain sharp, if the Queen's portrait and the Tudor rose are still visible and clean, and if the coin has aged naturally with attractive toning or minimal marks, you may be holding something worth more than you ever imagined. Keep in mind that coin values continue to fluctuate as more people enter the hobby, as historic interest shifts, and as populations of coins in good condition become scarcer with time. The United Kingdom 20p coin from 1993, especially in circulated condition with fine detail, is more than just a leftover from the past. It is a collectible piece of British history, reflecting both royal heritage and the evolution of modern coinage. Its rising auction market value in dollars proves that even coins from our own lifetimes can become sought-after treasures. Whether you're a passionate collector or just beginning your journey, the 1993 20p is one coin to watch, to value, and possibly to sell for a surprisingly rewarding return. Thank you for watching and being a part of our coin collecting community. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any updates about rare and valuable coins. And if you have a 1993 20p in your collection, or if you've sold one recently, Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep collecting, and remember, sometimes the coins you think are ordinary are the ones that turn out to be most extraordinary.